This week in the field, notes and thoughts about photographing lighthouses. Hey everyone, I'm Scott Davenport and welcome to In the Field. Thanks for joining me today. Really quickly, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel or followed my Facebook page, take a moment and do that. That way I know that there are interested parties out there that want to see this information. It tells me you're getting some value out of it, and it helps encourage me come back to the desk week after week for more videos. So today, lighthouses. I kind of got Oregon on my mind. I've got a workshop coming up in a couple of months along the Oregon coast. I'm really getting excited about it. And I found some older footage from a visit I took last year. And of course, I photographed several different lighthouses along the Oregon coast. And as I looked at the footage versus looking at the photos that I was happy with, well, some themes started to emerge. So let me show you a bit of footage that I found in the Davenport archives from lighthouses in Oregon, and I'll come back and talk about some of the observations. Stopped off at Hasita Head, and where that nice-looking white cottage up there. It's a trail that leads up for the lighthouse. I'm going to hike up there in just a few minutes. Doing some scouting. And, this is, it's a nice little cove, nice little beach. I can understand why the lighthouse is there and why back in the day this would be a nice little place for ships at sea to come in and escape the ocean. I've made it up to the lighthouse. It is nestled in pretty tightly within the hills here. Actually, the sky's starting to break too, so I'm going to actually break out the wide angle lens, get a few shots of the lighthouse itself, and then there's some just awesome sweeping views back down toward Hasita Head and the land beyond. So that visit to Hasita Head, I was very excited about it. It's a nice location. The beach was cool. Walked my way up to where the lighthouse was, and then when I got up there, it was kind of cramped. There wasn't a lot of space to work with, and really had to go wide angle. And composition became limited. And I got a photo that I was pleased with from that outing. But then the next day, I was moving to a different spot on the coast, and I had a different vantage of the same lighthouse. And it was much different feel from a distance. And I kind of liked that one as well, maybe even more than the one that was close up. And it reminded me of another visit I made to the Yaquina Head lighthouse. I walked along the grounds there and approached the lighthouse from a distance and did take some other ones getting up close and so forth. But the photo that I really liked was from a distance, leading up to the lighthouse, and the lighthouse became contextual in a larger scene. Yaquina Head is still a bit close compared to, say, the Hasita Head photo I really liked, where I'm at a distance. And I think that really kind of is the tip of the week for the lighthouses. I find them to be more interesting subjects at a distance, where they're a recognizable yet small part of a large landscape. They give the landscape size and context, a good sense of scale. And you can also really appreciate why did they place that lighthouse where they did. They're usually on some pretty dramatic outcroppings because they needed to keep boats safe and all that kind of stuff too. One other thought is, just because I prefer to have a lighthouse as a smaller element in a larger scene, that doesn't mean you can't get a good photo of a lighthouse when you're up close. Chances are you'll be wide angle, there'll be a little bit of distortion, and that can be fun. And I have seen really cool photos of Hasita Head itself, but taken kind of like from the hills above it, where it seems like the photos I've seen, someone climbed up into the hills behind the lighthouse and shot down at it, and then you had the lighthouse in the foreground and then the ocean and some really cool skies and so forth in the background. Just make sure you're going to do that, do it safely, do it legally. If there's fence lines or any type of usually these lighthouses are up on cliffs and so forth, so don't fall off a cliff trying to get one of these photos. But you can find ways to still be relatively close to the lighthouse and yet get that large dramatic scene. And that will do it for today's In the Field video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, let me know somehow. Comments on the video, social shares are always appreciated. You can ask your photo questions to me from the video comments, through my website, Twitter, Instagram, however you'd like to get a hold of me. I'm in a variety of places. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Happy shooting. Really quickly, if you haven't followed my Facebook page or subscribed, did you subscribe? I sound like I'm talking to a little baby.